Every gas mower you have ever owned had an expiration date stamped into it at the factory. You just could not see it. The injection molded polypropylene deck starts cracking in season 2. The carburetor gaskets dissolve in ethanol blended fuel by year 3. The plastic impeller inside the housing fatigues and shatters somewhere between 40,000 and 80,000 RPM cycles. And when any one of those parts gives out, the repair quote comes back at 60 to 70% of the cost of a new unit. The shop is not robbing you. That is just what it costs to fix something that was designed to be replaced. Now, there is a mower in the $100 range that the Amish have been running for decades. No engine, no carburetor, no plastic housing, all steel helical blade assembly, greasable bearings, and 0 proprietary components. It has 2 moving parts that matter. Both of them you can service with tools you already own. And when I show you exactly what makes it work, and more importantly, what to look for when you buy one, you are going to understand why the average gas mower owner spends between $1,200 and $2,000 over 10 years on equipment that the real mower owner spends $150 to own over the same period. Today we are going into the full breakdown, what the real mower actually is, why it outlasts everything, how to buy the right one, how to keep it cutting for the next 5 decades, and the exact window where it works, and where it does not. Let us start with the failure that sends most people back to the big box store in the first place. Many consumer gas mower decks are made from polypropylene, ABS plastic, or similar polymers, the same category of material used in storage bins. UV light hits it every single mow session. The engine vibrates against it for hours per season. Over time, the deck develops micro cracks along the blade housing. Once those cracks progress, the blade can no longer be contained safely. That is not a maintenance failure, that is an engineering decision. The deck material that replaced stamped steel in the mid-90s saved the manufacturer money per unit. You paid $300 to $800 for that savings. The carburetor gaskets are elastomer. They are soft, pliable, and poorly suited to the 10% ethanol blend that now runs through the overwhelming majority of pumps at gas stations across the country. The ethanol attacks the rubber. It swells it, then it dries it, then it cracks it. Your mower begins to hard start. Eventually, it may not start at all. And here is the part that should make you genuinely angry. The carburetor rebuild kits for many consumer-grade gas mowers are difficult to source, poorly documented, and often unavailable once a model is discontinued. You end up replacing the whole assembly, if parts are even available, or you buy a new mower. That is the trap. That is the design. The real mower has no carburetor. It has no gaskets. It has no ethanol problem. It has no fuel system of any kind. Here's what a real mower actually is. 5 to 7 helical blades, curved steel, heat-treated alloy, mounted in a cylindrical frame. As you push the mower forward, the cylinder spins. Each blade passes a fixed bed knife at the bottom of the frame. The grass gets caught between the spinning blade and the bed knife and sheared. Scissor action, not impact. Clean cut every pass. The engine on your gas mower swings a flat blade at roughly 3,000 RPM and beats the grass off. The real mower cuts it. Turf specialists, golf course superintendents, and professional groundskeepers use real mowers on putting greens and fairways for exactly this reason. The cut is cleaner. The grass heals faster. The frame is steel. The blades are steel. The wheel hubs are either steel or cast iron on the pre-1995 models. The bearings are greased through standard fittings. There is no software. There are no serialized components. There are no sealed assemblies. Every single part on a real mower is available at a hardware store or a farm supply counter. Now, here is where most people make the wrong decision at the point of purchase. And this is critical. Not every real mower on the market is built the same way. The original all-metal models and the pre-1995 all-steel units are one category. You're probably looking at your own mower wondering if it'll last that long too. Here's the thing. You don't need a 1985 machine to get 1985 longevity. You just need to know what they know. So before you waste thousands on repairs and replacements, check out the new maintenance protocol that keeps machines running for decades. Best part is it's not just a list of maintenance tips. It actually shows you what kills these mowers, how to spot trouble in your own engine before it dies, and which parts to buy without getting jerked around at the dealer. And it doesn't matter if you've got a walk behind or a riding mower, there's one for both. Plus, every book comes with a printable maintenance calendar and more. Scan the QR code or tap the link up top. Use code MarkTalksQuality for 15% off. Make it last. Some of the entry-level real mowers being sold at home improvement chains today have plastic wheel housings and plastic side plates. They are lighter, they are cheaper, they are also not the mower we are talking about. When you put plastic back into the structural components of the design, you reintroduce the same failure mode you were trying to escape. So before you buy anything, here is how you verify what you are actually getting. Pick it up. If the wheel housings flex when you squeeze them, they are plastic. Put it down and walk away. Look for grease fittings on the wheel axles. Small nipple-shaped metal fittings that accept a grease gun. If there are no grease fittings, the bearings are either sealed or plastic bushed. That mower will not last 50 years. Look at the blade cylinder. Count the blades. 5 blades is standard. 7 blades cuts finer. Either is fine. But every blade should be steel, visibly metal, with no painted plastic visible on the cylinder frame. The brands that consistently meet the all-steel standard right now are American Lawn Mower Company, available through retailers like Sporty's Tool Shop, with current pricing generally in the $95 to $150 range. Lehman's non-electric catalog also carries reel mower options worth looking at. The Mascot Reel Mower, sold through retailers including Lehman's and Cottage Craft Works, runs $250 to $290 for premium steel construction. It is manufactured in China with final tuning and sharpening done by Amish craftsmen. If you want the absolute gold standard, go to an estate sale or a farm auction and find a pre-1980 all-metal unit. Inspect the blades for deep nicks or warping. Spin the cylinder by hand. It should spin smooth with no grinding. If it spins freely and the frame is intact, that mower has 30 years of life left in it regardless of what it looks like on the outside. Now, let us talk about the maintenance that makes the difference between a real mower that lasts 20 years and one that lasts 50. There are 3 things you do. That is it. First, blade sharpening. On a modern heat-treated alloy steel reel mower, the blades need sharpening periodically depending on how often you use the mower and how long your sessions run. The manufacturer recommends every 3 to 5 years under normal residential use, though many turf care professionals suggest checking annually and sharpening when you notice a degraded cut. You have 2 options. You can lap the blades yourself. That means applying lapping compound, which is a fine abrasive paste, directly to the bed knife and spinning the cylinder in reverse by hand. The compound grinds both the blade edges and the bed knife simultaneously and restores the scissor action. Valve grinding compound from auto parts stores can be used as a substitute for dedicated reel mower lapping compound and costs under $10. Apply it to the bed knife with a brush. Spin the cylinder backward 50 to 100 rotations. Wipe it clean and check the cut. Or you take it to a small engine shop. Most shops will sharpen a reel mower for $15 to $25. Either way, you are not replacing anything. You are restoring the geometry that was already there. Second, bearing lubrication. Once per year, before the season starts, you hit every grease fitting on the mower with a grease gun. Standard general purpose grease. $5 for a cartridge that will last you 10 years on this mower. Each fitting takes 3 to 5 pumps. You are done in 4 minutes. The bearings on an all-steel reel mower are standard off-the-shelf sizes. If one ever wears out, and on a properly maintained unit, this is rare, you pull it, read the number stamped on the race, and order the exact replacement bearing from any bearing supplier for $2 to $8. Third, blade inspection before every season. Spin the cylinder by hand. Listen for grinding. Look for nicks along the cutting edge. Look for any blade that has a visible warp or bend. A small nick you dress out with a fine file. A warped blade is rare on heat-treated steel, but if it happens, replacement blades are available and are not proprietary. Run your finger lightly along the bed knife edge, carefully, and feel for flat spots where the sharpness has worn off. That tells you it is time to lap. That is the entire maintenance list. No air filter, no spark plug, no carburetor cleaning, no fuel stabilizer, no winter storage protocol for the fuel tank, no pull cord replacement, no ignition module, no blade belt, no drive belt, no oil change. Now let us run the actual numbers, because this is where the reel mower argument becomes impossible to argue against. A mid-grade gas mower costs $400 to $600 at purchase. Annual maintenance, oil, air filter, spark plug, fuel stabilizer, and one carburetor cleaning runs $60 to $150 per year. At the 5 to 7 year mark, you are facing either a major repair that the shop quotes at $250 to $400, or you buy another mower. Over 10 years, a typical gas mower owner spends between $1,200 and $2,000. Some spend more. The reel mower costs roughly $100 to $150 at purchase for a quality all-steel model. Annual maintenance, a few pumps of grease, costs $2 to $4 per year. Blade sharpening as needed costs $15 to $25 if you pay someone. Over 10 years, total cost of ownership is $100 to $150. The mower you bought is still the same mower. It has not been replaced. It will not need to be replaced for another 30 years. The ratio is not close. You are spending 10 to 15 times more money to run a gas mower over a decade. And at the end of that decade, the gas mower is in a landfill. The reel mower is still in the garage. Here is the part most people do not think about until they try to sell their old gas mower. A 5-year-old gas mower in good running condition sells for almost nothing. $75, maybe $100 if you find the right buyer. Nobody wants to inherit someone else's maintenance problems. A pre-1980 all-steel reel mower in working condition sells for $60 to $120. A nearly 50-year-old tool worth almost as much as it cost new because it was built to last, and everybody who knows what they are looking at understands that. Now, I want to be direct about where the reel mower does not work, because this is not a tool for every situation. If your lawn is over half an acre, the reel mower is the wrong tool. Not because it cannot physically cut it. It can, but because the time and physical effort become unreasonable past that acreage. This is a mower for a standard residential lot, a quarter acre or less, mowed regularly. If you let the grass get above 3 inches before you cut, the reel mower will struggle. The blades are designed for clean scissor cutting of grass that is in the mowing window, 1 to 2.5 inches. Tall, thick grass clogs the cylinder and forces you to push hard enough that the experience becomes a genuine workout rather than a simple maintenance task. The solution is simple: mow more often. Every 4 to 5 days keeps the grass in the cutting window and the mower gliding with almost no resistance. That sounds like more work. In practice, 4 minutes of light pushing every 4 days is less total labor than 45 minutes fighting a stubborn pull cord and muscling a heavy gas mower through overgrown turf every 2 weeks. If you have significant slopes or terrain changes, test before you commit. A reel mower on a gentle slope works fine. A steep grade with a full steel mower is harder than it sounds. And if you have ornamental grasses, seeding heads, or turf varieties like St. Augustine in their coarser growth phases, a reel mower will not clear them cleanly. Those are gas mower applications. Zoysia and Bermuda, on the other hand, are actually well suited to reel mowing. Turf professionals often recommend reel mowers for those grasses precisely because they are cut at low heights where the scissor action excels. Know what you have. But if you have a standard residential lawn kept to a reasonable height and you are willing to mow slightly more frequently, this is the tool that ends the replacement cycle permanently. The Amish figured this out not because they are anti-technology. They use what works. A tool that requires no fuel, no dealer service, no proprietary parts, and no replacement cycle is a tool that earns its place in the shed for life. The reel mower that never dies is not a novelty. It is the engineering standard that existed before the industry decided planned obsolescence was more profitable than durability. You keep your own equipment running. You buy tools that last. You do not subsidize a replacement cycle that exists because someone decided a few dollars of plastic was worth more than your long-term money. The complete maintenance guide, buying checklist, and blade lapping walkthrough are in the description.